And as soon as that is done, a full in-tray awaits President-elect William Ruto as he assumes the highest office in the land, succeeding his boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Among the most contentious issues include reducing the cost of living, which affects millions of Kenyans. Ruto having already pledged to address the cost of maize flour, a staple food for many Kenyan families. He, however, inherits a huge debt burden with more than half of the country's taxes and at 1.39 trillion shillings in the year starting July, having already been spent on servicing debt and the interest that accrued. Chemutai Goin now breaks down what will be President-elect William Ruto's in-tray as he assumes office.
It is not in doubt that President-elect William Ruto has his work cut out for him, as his swearing-in ushers the fifth administration.
I, William Samoei Ruto.
The president-elect is taking over the reins of power amid huge expectations from the public, drawn from his ambitious campaign pledges. For instance, he promised to bring down the cost of living within the first 100 days of taking over office. While attending a Thanksgiving service in Meru County on Sunday, the president-elect announced that he would soon make public steps his government had taken to lower the cost of living, which had been worsened by the rising cost of food and fuel. As per his campaign message, his focus would be on agriculture, targeting farm inputs, for instance fertilizer, whose overall effect will be to lower the cost of production.
Nimeketi chini na watu wa Wizara ya Kilimo na nitawatangazia bei mpya ya mbolea ambayo tutakuwa tumepunguza wiki hii.
Having dismissed the outgoing president's maize flour subsidy program as a campaign gimmick to hoodwink voters to back his main challenger, then Raila Odinga, President-elect William Ruto Sunday also made public intentions to lower maize flour prices.
Ni lazima tuanze safari ya kubadilisha gharama ya maisha katika taifa letu la Kenya.
The president-elect is also literally inheriting an economy on life support 2 years since the COVID-19 pandemic struck, coupled with a huge debt burden, the Ukraine war and climate change. Kenya's economy is on its knees. As he takes office, Ruto has to tackle the ballooning debt, whose repayment consumes monies that would have been used to improve the lives of Kenyans, and which more often than not has pushed the government to source for other loans to repay huge interest. While Ruto has opposed proposals to restructure debt, he believes the solution lies in debt repayment, but from domestic sources and widening of the tax bracket.
Each and every one of us must pay their taxes, and I have said I am going to lead from the front in making sure I pay my taxes.
Another huge responsibility that awaits the president-elect is his commitment to deal with cartels and waging a war against the corruption monster, which insiders say gobbles up 1/3 of the national budget. Ruto, who has consistently blamed the handshake for the collapse of the Big Four agenda, which he avers would have addressed many issues affecting Kenyans, pledged to roll out plans to revive programs under the initiative to counter food security, access to health, and the unemployment crisis affecting millions of young people. Port workers will be hoping the president-elect will make good his threat to return port operations to Mombasa. Outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta had ordered most freight be carried to the inland container terminal via the SGR.
Tunapiga kura tarehe 9, tarehe 10. Mimi na sign executive order kurudisha port operation mpaka ikuje hapa pwani. Hawa vijana wa pwani waendelee na biashara yao na kazi zao vile ilikuwa pale mbeleni.
He is also inheriting a myriad of stalled development projects, the president-elect having already stated that his administration will abandon capital-intensive projects for labor-intensive projects that will create more opportunities and returns. The fifth administration will also be tasked with settling pending bills running into millions of shillings owed to different entities. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV.